We are completely bootstrapped and profitable from day one. We never took any capital of sorts. You can really build $1 million company with just two people. By $1 million, I mean $1 million ARR. Our coding speed has increased by a ton, and we only have one engineer in our team. So out of the 7 people, we only have one engineer, and these AI tools, allow our one engineer to do a lot of things. With AI teammates, what happens is it takes care of 70-75% of your conversations. In that case, there needs to be an escalation, and escalation is, of course, to a human.
Today's guest is Royal Tomar. He is the co-founder of Spur, the AI agent platform helping brands sell more and support better across WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and live chat. Since launching in 2022, Spur has powered 400 plus brands, shipped 100 plus features, and generated over $50 million in customer revenue, all with a lean team of just a few people obsessed with fast feedback and shipping features customers love. Spur's edge is actionable agents that don't just answer, they track orders, create payment links, and route conversations to humans when it matters. So far, they've partnered with Shopify, Razorpay, ShipRocket, and Meta. Come see what they're up to. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Home-Based AI podcast. Today, I have Royal Tomar on the call. Royal is building Spur. It's an AI customer support agent. And I will pass it off to Royal because he's going to be the better person to explain this. He did a couple of pivots in the process to getting to this idea, and we're going to dive deep into that. Royal, tell me what you're building, who is it for, what problem does it solve, and also why does it matter? Like, why is now the time for this?
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for having me, David. So, we are helping businesses with acquisition and retention. And we are doing that, by providing them with AI agents who are also their smartest and fastest teammates. And these teammates can take roles from anywhere like a support executive or let's say a salesperson to someone who handles partnerships, right? And all of these teammates have knowledge base of everything that the business does, right from their website to the PDF to any frequently asked questions that has come in the past anywhere, right? And you could say that our product exists because we understand how conversations between a business and a customer actually happens and what makes those conversations meaningful, right? What creates a delightful experience between the business and a customer, because we have been doing this before the AI boom, right? So we have always been in conversations, and we help businesses make that interaction easy without hiring a lot of people. So we have built this, for businesses who are doing, let's say, $50,000 a month, or they are spending a lot of money in ads, and they are getting a ton of leads on their website or a ton of leads, in their messaging channels. We support any messaging channel from Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook to live chat on the website itself. And yeah, I mean, it has been a fun journey so far. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Welcome. So you mentioned that you were doing this before the AI wave hit. Like, what were you guys doing exactly? I believe you were doing the WhatsApp automation, integration. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I mean, if I talk about our journey, it has always been, an iterative one. It was never like, we copied someone and just went from 0 to 10. So our product itself, started from real customer insights. Before we even wrote the first line of our code, we had 10 customers. We were manually helping them. Through that, we identified one single problem. That was they get a lot of comments on Instagram, and their team is not able to reply to them. And they get comments like during the night as well. So our product started with just, Instagram and helping those businesses automate replies to those comments with probably, product links. So D2C brands get comments like price, etc. We send the exact product link when that happens, right? So we just built that, and it felt magical to our customers. So that was like the starting point of Spur. From there on, it was always our customers who came to us, who, gave us suggestions of what they want and what they feel like, would help them throughout their business. So one of that was, let's say, inclusion of WhatsApp, because Instagram is where, a lot of traffic is coming, but not really a lot of meaningful conversations are happening there. People are just, commenting or maybe DMing a few things. But WhatsApp is where, people actually come and they talk for a long time. And it's also a channel where you can, reach out back to them. Instagram is not something where you can, message someone after, let's say, a day or two automatically, right? So that was a very clear signal that we need to build in the direction of, WhatsApp as well. And businesses wanted, a suite of tool that they can use to automate things across multiple platforms. So that's, when we went ahead and integrated WhatsApp into our tool as well. So within, let's say, 6 months of starting the business, we went from just automating comments on Instagram to automating all kind of conversations across Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. And now, it has the latest addition to Spur has been live chat with AI.
Okay, and so I see that you have some US based logos on your website, but you're based in India. Like, what was your go to market like? Did you tackle Indian market first and then go into the US, or do you start with the US? Like, what's the story there?
Man, I get this question, all the time. Like, how did you get your, first set of customers and how did you move from there? So, I mean, the journey from, let's say, 0 to 1, 1 to 10, 10 to 100, 100 to 1,000 is always, a different kind of journey.
Uh-huh.
So the easiest thing, to do is right now I see founders, what they will do is, first of all, I would like to tell you that we are completely bootstrapped and profitable from day one. We never took any capital of sorts, right?
Nice.
So we know, all the hards up and downs. We have learned everything, on our own, and we don't even plan to, take any kind of money even later on. So yeah, the first set of customers, you don't even need money or, to run any ads. What you can do is you can simply, like you can do this right now. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody's there on Instagram, on Facebook, all these social media channels, on maybe LinkedIn or Twitter, right? You can just,
Mhm.
post a simple story or write a simple text and, ask people, hey, I'm going to, get in this thing, get started with this thing. Do you know
Mhm.
someone or you yourself, are related to this? Just get in touch with
Mhm.
me. Of course,
Mhm.
you have hundreds and thousands of connections, but you would get, five, 10 people at least who would reply to
Mhm.
you, right?
Mhm.
People do want to help. You just have to get out there and ask for help. So we
Mhm.
got our first initial 10 customers through our immediate network. We contacted
Mhm.
our family, we contacted friends, we contacted even, our professors from college. We
Mhm.
contacted a lot of mentors, we met along the way before, we built Spur. That's how we got the 10 customers. But
Mhm.
later on, because these 10 customers were immediate network, so of course they were from India only, right? That's where we
Mhm.
started. But then we,
Mhm.
ventured into other channels of acquisition, and one of those channels that has been very powerful for us, I believe it is the number two channel for us right now. It is, partnerships. So we
Mhm.
have built, meaningful partnerships across the globe, especially in
Mhm.
Europe and US, who
Mhm.
get us these customers on our website that you have seen now.
And how do these partnerships work exactly? Like, who do you partner with? Is it agencies, or like who are your exact
I mean,
partners?
partnerships could work with anyone who is also helping our ideal customer profiles, right? So most of the cases, it is in fact, an agency. It can be, let's say, an agency that is helping these businesses with their marketing activities. They help them run their ads and stuff. Or it could be, let's say, an agency, that is helping brands with UGC content or influencer marketing or something like that. They are all helping, the same set of customers. The only thing is, these organizations, these businesses should be working with at least, 10 companies of our ICP, right? So that's what we look for when we partner with someone. And how our partnerships usually look like is, let's say, a referral basis. For example, if you give us, let's say, 10 referrals, you will get 15% for straight 1 year. And let's say if you refer us 40 plus customers, you can also get, 30% commission of the entire revenue that they give us for the entire year, right? So that is a very lucrative strategy, lucrative offer for these agencies that, we talk with. Recently, we have found another model. So, I mean, these are, just monetary things. Of course, money is not everything that everyone cares for. Even if we don't contact these agencies, they would, go on with their day-to-day work. They would still, be helping their customers. They don't really need us for their growth. Right? So of course, you have to build that meaningful relationship with them, be in touch with them every week, every month, tell them about every, product update that you have, right? And also, you also try to talk to them on, let's say, a personal basis, right? You don't just talk business all the time, right? That is another thing. And you also try to keep on changing, strategies. You ask them, hey, I know probably you don't really need anything in return. You probably don't even need money, right? Half of the partners that we work with, they don't even ask, for the money. They just tell us, hey, we are only working with you because your tool works and your tool is, helping our customers, right? They are giving them more revenue. So just continue doing that, right? Just keep up your work, right? That's all we want. And our customers are happy, then we are happy, right? So that's it.
Well, interesting. So you had an interesting past. I mean, you guys won the India's biggest hackathon, as I understand. You built like a COVID alert tool that helped 150,000 people get COVID shots.
Yeah.
You built Seva Shop, which it sounds like it didn't take off. Was that the one that you guys applied with at YC, or which product was YC? And
No, yeah, I
no,
mean, it has been, an interesting journey so far, and it has been, let's say, a very fruitful and a very rewarding one, right?
mhm.
So our journey started in my final year of college. That's where I met my
Uh-huh.
co-founder.
Oh,
So
got it.
literally just met before our final year, and we were, just talking to each other, and we realized that I was really good at design and he was really good at coding, and that's when we thought, hey, we can probably, build something together, and it could turn out to be big. At that time, we didn't even know the B of business. We just thought, hey, design, tech, product, and boom, now we are going to be rich, right? That's all we knew. But yeah, we learned by doing things, man. For the next 2 years, we, thought of multiple ideas. We, went through different programs that, taught us all of the definitions of business, all of the strategies and different things like, your what is, let's say, a market, what is a market size, what is total market, what is, your acquirable market, etc. Right? So we went through different ideas, and you could say Seva Shop was an idea that, we went full in on that, right? What mistake with that idea was, let's say, we built the product, we wrote, every code and everything, and then we went to the customers, hey, we have built this thing, would you use this, right? And of course, businesses would look at it and it would look really cool to them, and they would be like, yeah, we would use it, right? But at that time, COVID was going on. So we realized, the main problem that people were having was that they are not able to pay rent, right? So even if, that product is solving a real pain, they have a bigger pain than that. So the best learning we got out of that was, always try to solve for the biggest problem of the customer that you're going for, right? So I would say that product did not work out because of the time, right? Because how the time was. And instead of, feeling defeated, we saw, the problems around us, right? Like we ourselves, our family, we were not able to book a COVID slot to book like a vaccination thing, right? So we built a small Telegram bot. You can just give in your, PIN code, and as soon as a vaccine is available near you, you will get a notification. That blew up. People started using it, right? And yeah, from there, someone gave us the idea that, hey, build me a bot on Telegram to sell products, right? And we built it for them. They were willing to pay us for it. That's also one of our learning. Never, build something before someone is committed, like before they money is on the table, right? So we built it for them, but of course, it did not work out because Telegram, people just use it to download things, torrent stuff, just talk in private, right? So that's what Telegram is built for. So, but we still, built a good product, and we noticed there are businesses on Instagram who already have the audience, who are already coming in their DM, asking for product prices, etc. And that's when we thought, hey, what we built on Telegram, we can maybe take it on Instagram, and something meaningful could come out there. And that's how Spur started. Coming to your question about YC, man, from our final year of college, we have applied every time in YC. Like every 6 months, every time we have applied to YC. We did get till the interview stage one time. I think that was, let's say, last last to last year, and it was at the beginning of, when, the AI started booming. So me and my co-founder, we saw this gap that, uh, everybody is building, AI products. They are going heads in AI, but AI is also, of course, producing a lot of mistakes, hallucinations. So what if, we make a product for the builders of AI products, which helps them guardrail the outputs that they are giving to their customers, right? So YC at that time wrote a blog. They said, hey, our cohort is going to start, like 6 months later, but right now we are taking early applications. So we just saw that blog and we were like, hey, I mean, early application, let's apply. No harm in that. We just applied with the idea, we got in. But of course, we never really worked on the idea because we were working on Spur. And then 6 months later, we got the interview, and we were sitting with, the ex-founder of Twitch, who also became, CEO of OpenAI for a while. So that was really wild, to sit with those people on that 10 minutes call, like my most terrifying 10 minutes, but exciting 10 minutes ever. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. We went. I did a YC interview once, and we were like, my co-founder at the time dropped off like 3 days before. I found like a quick replacement, a friend of mine. I'm like, he can be the CTO now, and he shows up, and like I was using my at the time girlfriend's Zoom account, and so when I logged in, they're like, "Who is Marina?" or whatever, and like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. It's like I was logging in with the wrong email. This guy shows up like 15 minutes, or like not 15 minutes, but 5 minutes
Yeah.
late. And has no idea what's happening. Long story short, we didn't get in, but what was interesting is they actually really gave us a good opportunity to explain what we're doing, why it matters, all that stuff. I mean, a bunch of competitors of ours got in, but we didn't get in, which is unfortunate. But we did. Ever since then, we've been doing good, and I think that's like one takeaway. Like it's worth applying there because they keep you focused, right? Like, and I
Yeah.
think maybe some of that transferred into your current business at Spur, right? Because like you kind of figure out like what matters, what doesn't matter. But anyway, so what do you like? What was the reason why you guys like not pivoted, but are moving into the AI chat support, going from this WhatsApp, Instagram automation bots and stuff like that?
This entire journey, it is always filled with, learnings. We had our town hall yesterday, so we have like town halls every 2 months with our entire team. Our team is like 7 people right now, and we plan to keep it that. But yeah, even in the town hall, let's say we ourselves, ask these hard questions to us. Even our team members, ask this to us, the founders, right? So it was, not an easy decision to make. One of the hardest thing that I've learned, and one of the hardest thing to do, is to say no to something, right? To say no to someone, right? Let's say if customer is asking for something, of course, there is some signal. A lot of customers are asking for something. There is an even bigger signal, right? And if you are building on top of a platform, then the platform is of course going to grow because the platform is bigger than you. So of course you should build in that direction, right? But the answer is not always yes. Even if all of your customers are asking for it, even if that platform that you are building on top of is going in that direction, because sometimes you also have to look at your own strengths and your own limitations, right? So for us, WhatsApp did make sense. Like I told you in the beginning, customers asked for it. We did, build WhatsApp. We still are one of the best platforms out there to build any sort of automation on top of WhatsApp, right? But we noticed, for every customer who is coming to us for WhatsApp automations, or let's say campaigns on WhatsApp, we spend a lot of time. That's also like our competitive advantage, because we care about each and every of our customer. So we spend a lot of time on onboarding that customer, because we know for a fact that customer cannot onboard themselves, because it is such a complicated procedure. You have to have your Facebook business verified. You have to have a phone number. You have to have a bunch of other things, and then you start. And even after you start, a lot of other issues can happen. For example, you just onboard and you send a message to like 500 people, your number will get banned, and now you can never add a phone number to your account again, right? So it is also very support heavy. So it takes a lot of time on onboarding. It is a very, support heavy channel, right? So that's when we started looking in the direction of, hey, we have seen tools out there, let's say like Photo AI by Levels.io, or maybe, some calendar booking app, like Calendly or something. They are not built on top of anything, right? And they are doing much more revenue than us. That is, a source of motivation for us. If these people are doing that without building on top of a platform, and they are not, they don't have to even onboard a customer or something like that, what is something that we can do? Which direction is that we can go in that can reduce all of that time for us, so that we can focus our time on marketing that product to get more customers, to grow our product, much, much faster, right? So that's when, we have been thinking about this for more than a year, right? For more than 1.5 year. But it is always that this channel is bringing our revenue, right? This is like 80% of our revenue right now. So that's why it was always hard. Hey, we can go in a different direction, right? But what if our, revenue drops, right? We are bootstrapped. We don't have, any cushion like a funded startup, right? But we took that hard call because we were very sure about that. And we knew that we would do really good in that direction, right? So that's why we added live chat to Spur at the beginning of this year, and we added AI teammates to Spur, right? And both of these things, they don't, require any platform. Even if somebody is not using us for Instagram or WhatsApp, they can simply use us for live chat with AI agent and add it to their website, and boom, they are still getting value. And there is no onboarding for that. Like, it is as easy as just signing up, adding your website, adding a line of code on your website, and you're done, right? And starts working. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. In terms of the challenges that you've run up to this point, like whether scaling your product or a team, which one has been the hardest out of the two?
Okay. So, I mean, scaling the team, is never a problem because, first of all, you hire one or two people, then kind of learn what to look in someone, when you are hiring. So, hiring the
Hmm.
team is never a problem. Hiring too many people is maybe a problem, which is also something we learned the hard way, right? But yeah, scaling the product is something, that is not our strongest suit, but we
Hmm.
are, good learners. That's why we are here right now. We have reached this point, and we always, believe in ourselves. That's how we keep on going, right? So yeah, like I told you, at starting, we were, core product people. I was a designer, my co-founder was an engineer, right? And everything from that point onwards, we have done selling to our first 100 customers, right? Or onboarding customers, supporting customers, and everything like that. We have done all of that ourselves, and we have learned all of that ourselves. So from, being just builders, from being just designers and engineers, me and my co-founder, both of us have become really good, at support. We have become really good at, sales, right? We have become really good at success, right? So these are the things, we have become really good at. But these are not the things that, will help you scale your product from, let's say, 100 to 1,000, right? How you go from 100 to 1,000 is through good marketing and through scalable marketing, right? So scalable marketing channels is something, we are still learning. But yeah, we that's how we learn. We do things, every day. We learn from that, and we don't hire people, just because we don't know something. We just go out and do it ourselves. Just to give you an example, let's say at the beginning of this year, me and my co-founder, we both learned, SEO, like what matters in SEO, how to, write really good content, how to rank on Google, what keywords you should rank on Google, what is, let's say, domain rating or something like that, right? So now we have also become experts in SEO. And if we want to hire someone in the future, maybe we can hire, but we are not going to hire, that's for sure, right? Because we have automated that process with AI as well. But yeah, and let's say we have become really good at, you could say, cold emails, right? So cold emails, cold calls, we have become really good at that. We have done all of that ourselves, right? So yeah, I think still there are a lot of things we need to learn in marketing, in the sense that, hit a marketing channel that, drives growth like instant, and then we can invest more and more money in that.
Sounds interesting. So you mentioned a couple of things. You have a pretty lean team of about 10 people now, but you also at some point overhired, it sounds like. But now you have an idea of like what you look for in the hires, and so Yeah, so what do you look for in the hires that you make now? Like what is the like, few
Yeah.
things that would make a standout
Yeah.
candidate?
Yeah. So right now we are a team of seven, including me and
Hmm.
my co-founder, right?
Hmm.
And of course, some mistakes happened in the past that maybe we hired more people, but it was not that we didn't hire good people. All of the people that we
Hmm.
hired were amazing at what they were doing. The
Hmm.
lesson that we learned from there was we were trying to do too many things at the same time, and we were not,
Hmm.
really good at any one of those. So that's, the hard truth about a lean team. You don't really have to be good at everything. You just have to be good at few things and, do them really well, right? So that's why, we keep even a leaner team now, and we do few things and we try to do them better. In terms of, what I look for when I'm hiring, is someone who themselves have, let's say, some leadership quality. Because, for example, let's say if I look at myself as a leader, I'm able to, tell my teammates, tell my employees, what to work on, how to do it, because I've done it myself before, right? And I'm able to communicate it better with them, right? The second thing is the ability of, let's say, explaining, the ability of, elaborating, right? So that is a really good skill to have, to express yourself, to express your thoughts very, very clearly, right? And the third ability I would say is resilience. I've seen a lot of people, I think a good example for this would be, let's say, uh, how someone is able to use chat gpt really well to get the output that they want, right? So for example, if I give someone a task of, using chat gpt to create an image, of something, uh, with a reference of some other image, exactly like that, and a few other tweaks in that, right? Maybe someone will not be able to get that in the first try, and they would try a few more times, and they will still not be able to get there, and they will just, give up. A good leader and a person who is good with expressing themselves, first of all, would write a really good prompt, right? And the second thing is, even if they fail, they will, keep trying again until, they reach that thing. And if they're not able to reach that, they know that they maybe need to try some other approach, right? So that's a really good skill to have. And the final skill is, the ability to learn anything on the go. So you have to be kind of a generalist. Let's say today you are doing support, and tomorrow maybe, you can make a poster for us, or let's say next week you can probably handle an onboarding call. This is the thing, that we have at Spur, that every once month or like once a week you have to handle support. So even our engineer, he's handling support, for one day, or let's say our salesperson, he's handling support for one day. So that way they're all doing, each other's job, and they are all learning from each other.
So you mentioned using AI. Like, how much AI do you guys, or like, how do you guys leverage AI right now? Like, do you use it for coding, for design? Like, what are some of the things you use ChatGPT for, or any other tools that are interesting?
Yeah. So the thing with a lean team again is, you have very limited time. You can do a very few limited things. So I'll give you like a real example. This was just yesterday. So like I told you, we had a town hall. So
Hmm.
our one of our team members, Divyansh, he told me that, hey, he only has, this amount of time. He,
Hmm.
last month he set out to do like a bunch of things, but few
Hmm.
other things, came in the way, and because of that, he was not able to, complete the things that he set out to do, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
he focused on the things, that mattered. So what
Hmm.
we do right now is we try to leverage as many tools or AI tools as possible to
Hmm.
reduce the amount of time it takes to complete a certain task, so that
Hmm.
the same team is able to, do two times or three times more things without,
Hmm.
giving up on quality, right? I'll give you a few
Hmm.
examples. For example, of course, we use Claude and stuff for coding. We have also integrated it with Slack. So I see my
Hmm.
engineer sometime, my success team will, tag them, and the engineer will
Hmm.
just, at the rate, the AI agent, and ask it to write the code within Slack, and it will write the code, right?
Wow.
But of course,
Nice.
the final review has to be done by the human before the code goes out, because we have,
Hmm.
so many customers, 500 customers, who
Hmm.
will be affected by it, so we don't just push out like that. But yeah, that is an amazing thing to have. Our coding speed has increased by a ton, and
Hmm.
we only have one engineer in our team. That's also a
What,
really
really?
yeah, yeah. So out of the
Oh,
seven
wow.
people, we only have one engineer, and these AI tools, allow our one engineer to do a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
One of my friends is in YC right now, Anish, and
Hmm.
he was asking me because he was hiring for the first time, and he was like,
Hmm.
"Bro, how many engineers should I hire?" Stuff like that, and
Hmm.
I told him, and he also agreed that he does not need more than one or two people. They just need to be really good at coding and to using AI agents, and they would be enough. He doesn't need like a team of 10 people. Few other examples, just quick examples. Let's say we use it for design. Let's say Lovable or V0. We use it for quick iteration. And then let's say we use an AI tool for our sales team, which basically organizes their emails in terms of this is you need to respond here, this will be your first response, you need to follow up with this person, it has been like 2 3 weeks since the last reply, something like that, within like Gmail. So that is really helpful, and it automatically writes the response that you can modify before sending. So that has been turning out to be really really powerful. And of course we use chat gpt across the team. Everybody uses it for anything from generating help center articles to writing blogs, or maybe to getting some kind of advice or something like that. So yeah.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. So it sounds like like I said, like you guys tried a bunch of different things before landing on this idea, and that this idea is going well.
Yeah.
Um, what is like one piece of advice you'd give yourself looking back at your journey? Like, what would you do differently, since starting your journey as an entrepreneur, if you were to start over new now?
I believe that you can really build $1 million company with just, two people. By $1 million, I mean $1 million ARR, right? So what I would do is, first of all, the thing that I have learned is your TAM, the total addressable market, is greater than your team, is greater than, the product. If you are in a big enough market, you can really build anything there, and you will find some kind of traction, right? You just have to be like in a really big market. If you're building for a small market, the money is limited, of course you'll make less money, right? The second thing is the team is of course irreplaceable, right? You can't replace your team. And the product, you can always change the product if you have a really good team working with you. So that's why the product is at the end. So of course probably we would maybe choose like in the same industry, but like a different kind of customer, right? And second thing is not building on top of platforms, and let's say building something of our own that really doesn't require approval from a third party or something like that, right? And not hiring before 1 million, reaching 1 million ARR. So that would be uh, how I would do it if I were to do it again.
Not hiring before 1 million ARR. Like, so is that what, like, how many people did it take you to reach 1 million ARR at your current company?
So right now we are at 300,000 ARR. So not
Oh,
really,
okay.
yeah,
Oh, so, okay, got it.
yeah,
300,000.
yeah.
Okay. So, and so why did, like, how, like, do you, would you say you're at the right size, like with seven people? And so one engineer is your co-founder, right? Or you have a co-founder, because your co-founder is a CTO, no? Or,
Yeah, so my co-founder is the CTO. I am the CEO. We have one engineer. My co-founder doesn't really code
oh,
these
okay.
days. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Nice.
so he's mostly focusing on marketing strategies right now, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
I handle anything from partnerships to looking throughout the team and everything like that. So both of us work with the entire team every day. He focuses a lot on marketing activities. Sometimes
Mhm.
once a week maybe he'll touch the code, but yeah, it's mostly our engineer who is working on the code. Yeah.
Got it, got it. So, okay, like, what is like, I guess, like, what is like one latest like marketing or growth hack that's maybe that's worked for you guys and it's kind of underrated? Like, is there anything that comes to mind?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So, I mean, one growth hack. I wouldn't really say it even a growth hack. Everybody knows SEO
Uh-huh.
works, but
Uh-huh.
SEO worked in wonderful ways for us, like that even we couldn't have predicted. So, for example, building on top of platforms also has its own benefits. Let's say, since we are, Meta tech partners for Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, all of their channels, Meta has this particular directory for all of their partners that they trust. So whenever somebody is searching for building or using some kind of automations on Instagram or WhatsApp, etc., they go to the official Meta website and they have a link there to find trusted partners, and there you will find us on the top, and we get a bunch of leads from there like every single day. And so I would say listings like these are goated, and they are very underrated. So if you find, like, of course, the learning here is being where your customers are. So just find places that your customers go to find product like yours, and try to list there, right? Maybe r- write a blog with someone else who will write your name, in their blog, something like that. So SEO is goated. It has been working wonderful for us. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on have you guys explored the ChatGPT SEO? I think they call it
Yeah.
the AI or whatever. Have you guys dipped into that?
Yeah, true, true. Yeah, I mean, first of all, in order to dip into the ChatGPT SEO, you just have to be really good at your own SEO, right? If you are ranking
Uh-huh.
good on Google, that's how, all of these ChatGPT, etc., will pick you up, right?
Hmm.
So, again, we are a lean team. We can't really do everything ourselves. So, even
Hmm.
for SEO right now, we know it is a goated channel for us. So what we have done is we are using this tool by Tebow on Twitter. The tool is called Outrank, and it basically writes like a blog for us every day for the topics that we give it for us. And every other company that is using Outrank uh, can give us a backlink, and we can give them a backlink, and all of that is happening automatically with AI. So even if we are not writing blogs, our blogs are being put out uh, uh, via Outrank, and it is also being done with backlinks. So our DR is also increasing because of that. So yeah, uh, that's how we are trying to get up there on Google. Yeah, and ChatGPT too.
Got it. Yeah, I hear a lot of yeah, I hear a lot of stuff there. We might try to
Yeah.
give it a shot just because we're in a competitive space. But okay, so in terms of whether growth or just like your overall company health, what are some of the main metrics that you track, would you say, that kind of keep you up at night, maybe even
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes?
Of course, man, of course. I mean, the first most metric that we track is, of course, our MRR. We see that every day. We,
Uh-huh.
compare how we have grown over the last month, right? Every day. So Stripe is the first thing that I'll probably open, every day or before sleeping to look at where we are
Hmm.
at right now. And the second metric that we would look at
Hmm.
is how many customers we have right now. The third metric we would look at is,
Hmm.
since we are in the AI agents industry, is how many credits our
Hmm.
customers are utilizing every day. So that's how our customers are going to love our products, by using more and more of our AI teammates, and that's how we increase the adoption. If we see, for a particular client that, their AI credits have not been used at all, then we try to contact them with the help of support and give them a walkthrough and everything to make sure that thing increases. And by making all of our existing customers, love the product that we have built, or maybe shape the product into something that, they will love, that's how we are going to acquire more and more customers who are going to love our product, right?
Got it. So, it sounds like you bootstrapped, you're profitable, you're doing good, you have a lean team. Are you looking to raise money? Is that like something that you're looking into, or like you have
No
no
plans for
plans for
that.
that?
I mean, since we are profitable, we do have, a bunch of money in the bank. Like I said, all of the growth that we have, till date has been without even spending any money. It has been just through, money
Hmm.
for employees and money for, let's say, partners. And that's it. That's really it. We
Hmm.
haven't really spent any money anywhere. So that's why we have money in the bank. And since, our product is rock solid, we have good customers, and we are
Uh-huh.
going in a good direction where our product can scale, in a product-led way. That's where, we can invest this
Hmm.
money to grow it even further. So that's what what we are planning to do.
Got it. It seems like nowadays, like for everything out there, like a product exists. And so when you launched this product, how, I mean, did you have a lot of competition? Were you worried that like you're just going to be one, one other product out there just that's, I don't know, fighting for the biggest competitors, crumbs, or like what was the situation at that
Of
time,
course.
or
Of
the
course, man. Of
landscape?
course. I mean, this is the first thing, that comes to your mind when you are building something. A lot of people would just think about this, hey, I get this idea. Oh, there are 10 more people doing this and they just don't do it, right? I feel like that's the wrong approach because let's say if your market is bigger, like I mentioned, the total addressable market, of course, there will be multiple players in the market because the pie is so huge and multiple people will have the slice of that pie, right? Not a single thing will be having a majority of that, right? So that's why you shouldn't be afraid of building for a market that is maybe crowded. Second thing is we didn't just copy a tool in the industry that was helping customers with Instagram, WhatsApp, etc. We just started with one single pain point, and that is the pain point that we ourselves recognized. And interestingly enough, no other player was doing it, right? Automating comments of Instagram and sending product links and a very good integration with Shopify, right? So we didn't find anyone else like that. Honestly, we were the first ones in the market to do that. So that was a good sign for us. And after that, all of the things that we have built have been, through customer feedback, right? So everything that we have is what our customers want. And lastly, of course, maybe through our customers wanting something, we have probably become closer to some competitors in the market, right? But let's say if there are two people in the market and they want to choose, a product and they have like 4 or 5 options, then they will, let's say if one product is giving 100 features, right? And second product is giving just 5 features, but the second product is solving, their topmost pain, then those people will go with the second product because that's what they care the most about. Rest of the things, are just good to have, right? But this is the thing, that keeps them up at night, right? So by having these things in our product, we make sure to retain our customers and to gain more customers that we are solving, their most painful points, right? And of course, you don't just build a product and just leave it there. You keep maintaining it, right? This was a great example that I interestingly read on LinkedIn Monday. So it was basically, opening the shutter of a, let's say, shop is easy, you know, uh, once, but opening the shutter every morning, for the next 5 years, that's the difficult part, right? So that's where you have to do better than anyone else. You keep going.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so I mean, is there any questions that I haven't asked you that I should have asked you about your product? Something that maybe like we need to cover that I may have missed? Because I have a bunch of other questions that I can ask you, but before I get to those, and like I know we're coming up short on
Yeah,
time
man.
here, but is there something that I should, yeah, that you want to share
Of
about your
course.
product that maybe I haven't
Of
asked
course,
you?
of course. I mean, this is more about, our insight and how we feel like AI agents and AI teammates will be handling customer support in the future.
Mhm.
So we are not really, everybody, when they talk about AI, they all say, AI is going to replace jobs, AI is going to replace this, replace that, right? Etc. So what we say is, we are not here to, let's say, replace humans, right? What we are here to do is, to make them smarter. So one example that I would like to give for this is I recently traveled to Europe for a month. So there, you would see a bus driver. He is also driving, or they are also driving, and they are also, taking care of the tickets. They are also helping customers with their luggage in the bus and everything, like a single person doing everything, right? And the same thing you see in India, there is a separate driver, there are 2 people for tickets, and there is, a supervisor who jumps from bus to bus, like 5 people for the same thing that one person is doing in Europe. The AI is doing, the same thing. So it is just making people smarter. And let's say with AI teammates, what happens is it takes care of 70-75% of your conversations, and it does not really answer everything because there are also few things that it should not answer, and there will of course be things that it will not know the answer to. In that case, there needs to be an escalation. An escalation is of course to a human, and That's how, we really excel in providing the delightful experience that I talked about, right? So whenever AI does not know anything or it should not answer anything, it redirects to human. Human gets a notification, and then human can, of course, use our shared inbox in Spur to answer that customer and mark that ticket as closed, right? And of course, that trains the AI to take care of that later on and increase the, AI resolution percentage throughout. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, yeah, it's like technically like yes, it's like AI is not like potentially not taking away jobs, but like it creates less need of people in a certain organization, I feel like. And then so that also allows more of these startups to pop up. So it kind of creates more
Yeah.
competition because people can start companies left and right now. So it's a good time to
Yeah,
be
man.
alive. But yeah, it's an interest. So, question to you, like, as founders, like we get pulled into so many different directions and so many great ideas out there. Have you, like, has anything popped up that has caught your attention that could have like huge potential, but you just don't have the bandwidth to tackle that problem? Is there any opportunities that you see in AI that like that are
And
interesting?
so many things, not even just AI. So this is, how me and my co-founder look at this and how we also do it regularly, right? So of course, we get ideas every day. Our teams also get ideas every day. We have a channel for ideas in Slack where we just put them, right? So I'll give you like a concrete example. After starting Spur, let's say we got an idea that, hey, probably, we are helping businesses with automating comments, but businesses are also working with creators, and creators are also getting comments. So maybe we should build a tool for that where a business can onboard 100 creators, and those 100 creators can, automate their comments, right? And what we did was, like, we reached out to 3 4 customers, they paid us, and we actually built out the thing in 2 months, right? But when that happened, we built it, but we didn't really get any bandwidth, to even market it or to get it to more people. And Spur was obviously doing great, so we had to put all of our energy there. So even if, we got money initially, even if we built out the product and it had like good potential, because we didn't have bandwidth, we were not able to, go forward with it, right? But we learned from that, and basically from then on, whenever we have gotten an idea, what we have done is we have built it with the help of AI, and we have learned one skill with it. So, for example, I told you we learned SEO, right? So, we learned as SEO by building one product. So, we built a product called Nail Design AI that you can just upload your photo of your hand, and it will replace, the nails with a nail art or something, right? And we noticed, there is great SEO potential for that because there is good search volume, and it is not difficult to rank high on those search volumes. So we built that product, and we learned, SEO through building that product. That product is still live, and that product is now getting equally, number of visitors that Spur is getting right now, right? So it is just out there, and it is just working as we built it initially, and it is getting, attraction. But we are not building it further. We just learned, SEO through that, and we went on. We didn't really had any expectation.
What's the
It's
product
called,
called? Just
we
curious.
actually bought the domain. It's
Uh,
nailsdesignai.com.
Nails design. I love it, man. That's one hell of a niche.
Yeah.
Nails design. Yeah, that's super cool. So how did the SEO work? Like, did you guys need to make like the blog posts, or like how did you guys get traction on the
Yeah,
SEO here?
I mean,
Just curious.
so we started, using Ahrefs, right? In Ahrefs, you can basically
Uh-huh,
do
uh-huh,
keyword research. You can look at keywords. For example, we look for
uh-huh.
keywords with nails, and we found a few keywords that had
Mhm,
a good search volume of, let's say, 10,000 per month in US itself.
mhm,
So we built our
mhm,
entire homepage around that and a few blogs around that. And then there are, seasonal
mhm,
searches. So whenever, let's say, Christmas is coming, people are searching for, Christmas designs and stuff like that, right? And we built it around the same time only.
mhm,
So we wrote a few blogs around that, right? And since it
mhm.
was
Got
not
it.
difficult to rank on those, so let's say the difficulty level was
Mhm,
less than 10, then if we get like even a few backlinks, we
mhm,
would rank top on that. So we tried contacting few nails businesses on Instagram and asking them to, give us a backlink. But there we received a lot of backlash that, hey, you are replacing nail artists with your AI and stuff like that. But we did end up
That's
getting a few
funny.
backlinks, and we just left it there and still working. Yeah, we learned good things
Nice,
about
nice.
SEO through that.
Very cool, man. I love the hustle, man. Okay, sounds good. I know we're running on time here. So, Royal, how can people find you? Where do they reach out to you? Is it LinkedIn, email?
Yeah.
What's the best way to
I mean,
contact you?
I have a pretty unique name. So if you search for Royal Tomar on Twitter or LinkedIn, that's Royal space Tomar, you will find me. And yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm happy to connect with anyone and brainstorm any ideas. Awesome.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, thank you, Royal, for coming on the show today. We're gonna, get this thing out to our audiences. You've shared great insights in building, lean, mean, money-making machines.
So
So thank you for that. And then, yeah, we'll keep in touch. Hopefully, we'll see you grow and take this company to the next
awesome. Let's
level.
do it. Take care.